What is up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Next Guy Up podcast. I got Tinsley here. I got Zach here. And today that we're recording this, may the 4th be with you all. How's it going, guys? How are we doing?
Oh, it's going great. We're out here just on the grind. I've got a Dairy Queen. I had a milkshake. It's gone. I drank it. Orange squeeze. The worst thing Dairy Queen does is put the orange squeeze milkshake out at the same time as the s'mores blizzard, making me have to choose between
You have
the two.
to choose.
Or you just go twice as much.
You get both.
Yeah. Or I stole a bite of Macy's Blizzard and told her it was the dad tax. She didn't like that. She says that's not a thing.
Gotta get them ready.
She does not like that joke when I do
Wait
that.
till they hear about the tariffs.
Speaking of which, Mason, we got a tariff update?
Yeah, we're going to break that down today, right? Okay, let's go ahead and talk about it. So I'm just kidding. But what blizzard did she get? Was it the s'mores?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there you go. So you had to double up on that spoonful for the s'mores blizzard. That's my favorite blizzard of all time. I'm glad it's back. We've gone several times. So you can get pup cups for your dogs, and it's full ice cream. So if you want to get your dogs just hyped up on sugar.
Wow.
I was like, I didn't know dogs could eat ice cream, but they're
whipped cream
in the background?
No, they have actual ice cream that you can do in the cups, and it's a pup cup. Yeah.
They sell like dog healthy pup cups at Walmart, like in the ice cream aisle.
Gross.
It's like ice cream for dogs.
Sounds like a punishment we should do.
Of peanut butter, and she'll be just happy.
Mason, why are you bringing up punishments? This never goes well for you.
Mason, want a punishment?
Every single time I bring them up, I have to do them. So maybe I should just stop bringing them up.
Probably.
It's not a bad idea. Okay, so we got an episode prepared for everybody. We're just gonna break down some Star Wars stuff going on, and we also have a draft. Zach, should we talk about it, or should we wait for like the details of the draft?
Oh, for the draft, yeah, we're drafting some Star Wars stuff. It's gonna be fun. We're drafting some different categories, favorite movies and shows, and some of our favorite Jedi, Sith. I think it'll be a fun time. So we're gonna get there. I'm sure that everyone's going to really be happy with our picks. It's going to be a really reasonable discourse on the internet about how good we are at drafting and how knowledgeable we are about Star Wars. So excited for that one. Star Wars is one of those things where like people casually watch like the NFL, a lot of people casually watch the NFL.
Right.
And you can be like, yeah, it's my favorite team. And you don't have to know like every starting player on every team to have a conversation. Star Wars is one of those things where some people, it's like, if you don't know every single thing about every single canon, about every event, then you're like, what do you don't know anything about Star Wars. It's like, I just watched the movies and it's fun. It's like, it's a fun thing. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a dedicated fan base. I feel like that and Harry Potter are like the two that come to mind, where it's like you get scolded if you don't know every little small detail. I could be wrong, but you got some diehard and trivia nights. I feel like there's a lot of diehard fans out there. Way more than I do.
Because of the extended Star Wars universe, what makes it so hard is because there's so many different medias out there. There's so many different kind of more obscure books and TV shows and stuff that's been written over time that they're so massive. To know all of it is just kind of wild. Most people can't. So yeah, I'm a person who really likes watching the stuff when it comes out, but I'm not the one who knows the depths of it. The people who are, I mean, that's cool. There are topics that I certainly am pretty well versed in, more well versed than most of the population, but yeah, interesting.
One thing that comes to mind that's not Star Wars related at all, that's just like the amount of that it goes into detail and depth, would be Dungeons and Dragons. I've never even started to try to learn something like that because I feel like it would take my whole lifetime just to understand the amount of characters and details that go into that. I don't know if either of you have ever even known anybody that plays or heard of it, or
I know
it seems very in depth.
I want to play Dungeons and Dragons. I think it'd be fun, but you have to
You have
know
to buy
someone who
cards and pieces and stuff.
I guess you have to know someone who knows how to play it because it's like adventure based. Like it's not just like Catan or something where you can just buy the board game and play it.
I also feel like it takes a really
Yeah.
long time, probably longer than Monopoly. It's a long, drawn out game. It
Could
takes
be
a
multiple
lot of effort.
sittings.
True, yeah.
I
People
feel the way
have
about Pokemon sometimes too. Pokemon is like there's the top level, and then there's the like all the stuff that goes with it sometimes, and all the different. It's hard to access at times, you know.
yeah. Pokemon's a big world, and especially since they keep coming out with like new gens of it. Like I don't know, I'm pretty big. I like Pokemon. I collect Pokemon cards, but anything like the last the I don't know much past the first three generations of Pokemon.
We'll collect cards, obviously, and I'll see some Pokemon that are like newer, and I'm like, what in the world is this? There's one that's like called Varoom or something, and it's like an engine that has like a face on it. I'm like, that's not a Pokemon. That's like, what is that? That's like a car engine with a face on it. So they're running out of ideas, and they just like steal from like I guess a lot of them are already animals that are just a different variation to make the Pokemon. But I would like to know how many there are. Can we do guesses on how many Pokemon there are now that they've created? Because what was it? 151 was the
Yeah,
988.
I think the original 151 was the first gen, but I think 988. That's my guess.
Zach,
My guess is 1,457.
I'm gonna go low then. I'm gonna go 750. Let's look right now. And the answer is 1,025.
Wow, I win.
As of March of 2025.
Wow. Well, speaking of fandoms, there's been some talk in a fandom we're all a part of, except for Mason.
Yeah,
the
except
Marvel
for Mason.
Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
Oh.
Mason's not a fan.
Mason's out on the
You
MCU.
listen. Have you watched it yet?
Pick a new favorite movie, Mason.
So Thunderbolts is out.
Mason's
It's got a lot of
DC
positive
guy now.
reviews. A lot of people have said it's a return to form. I've heard very good things about it. I've heard there's been a change of direction. Kevin Feige came out with an interview saying that the last couple of years he's been really overwhelmed and has been overworked and hasn't been able to keep his finger on the pulse as much. He said that's changing. He said they've changed some of their writing direction and kind of how they're doing things. And this was the first movie kind of under this new umbrella, and it's been very positive reactions. Mason, still a hater. Mason
Not a
doesn't
hater.
believe.
Not a hater.
Said,
I've not seen it yet.
I'll believe it when I see it.
So if Zach was an NBA player, he would be Steph Curry shooting up the three, and before he sees it go in the basket, he turns around to celebrate. And it could hit the rim and miss. It could be an air ball. It could go straight in. He has not seen it yet, and he said he called the shot on
Mason,
Marvel's back because of
other people
Thunderbolts.
have seen it. It's
I
like
know,
I'm Steph Curry turning around, and then the crowd is cheering because they saw it go in.
Zach called
But you've not seen it
year
yet.
ago.
He called a shot that Marvel's back, but he has not seen the movie yet.
Go back and listen to the pod. Listen to the hype pod. I said,
what are we even fighting about right now? All I'm asking is just
Thunderbolts
before
is
you
be
celebrate. Okay, but it's the weekend. If it was that great, you would have already saw it.
Mason,
says the childless guy.
Yes. If I throw up a three, I turn around with my hands up in the air like Steph. And then I hear the crowd roar, and they're like, "Wow, what a great shot, Steph! Thank you for hitting that." What do you think happened? Do you think I bricked it, airballed?
Okay, all I'm asking is for you. Why are you judging what other people think? You could not like the movie. All I was saying is wait until you see it. Wait until you see it before you celebrate how good it is. That's all I'm asking. I think that's a reasonable ask.
I'm celebrating.
And they're all calling me haters. I'm
excited
to see it. I've just not seen it yet, so I can't say much about it. That's like Fantastic Four. You've said that Marvel's back because of Fantastic Four, and you've not seen it yet.
So they will be
it's
back
like,
when Fantastic Four.
you will be back. Yeah. So when you see that movie and this one,
okay,
and it's good. Have you seen spoilers? Because you said you were going to try to avoid them. All of a sudden,
have you asked? You may want to send a personal message to Kevin Feige asking him permission back into the Marvel fandom once the whole world is back.
I don't understand I don't understand the hatred here. I literally just said, listen, why don't you wait until you see it before you take a W on this take? That's all I was saying.
You've been saying that Marvel's done. You're done with them. Mm-hmm. They're dead.
Mason doesn't want them to be back.
Yeah, you're rooting for their downfall.
Okay,
you can't wait for the new DC to come out.
Did you see Captain America, the last one? Did either of you?
Nope.
No, you did not. Exactly.
Mason? I said, listening back to the episode, I said, Brave New World, not going to be good. You know what's going to be good? I feel the tides changing. I said, Thunderbolts has potential to be that kind of movie that shifts things around. Fantastic Four coming. Doomsday is getting filmed right now. A lot of hype generating.
I agree with you. I'm excited as well. I've just not seen it yet. So until I see it, I'm not going to say anything. Mr. Call Your Shot over there. Tinsley, I don't know how you can get behind
you didn't go into Infinity War thinking it was already the greatest movie ever because you loved Endgame so much.
You mean,
yeah, but we've had that's not the same thing. We've had a down couple years. That was the hype building up. That was a great movie, followed by now we have this down trajectory, and it's going to come back up possibly. I don't think it takes much for it. I don't think it takes that much to beat any of these movies that we've not seen. Did you see Eternals?
It's back.
It's not connected.
Okay. It's still a Marvel movie.
Have they? Well, they haven't brought it back up, so it doesn't count. It doesn't matter.
I understand your hesitation, Mason. I know we've had some false starts, some things that haven't gone great.
But Zach so far is right about Thunderbolts.
I think
I didn't know that your opinion was just based on everybody else's opinion. All I said was, I want. Once you come out of the movie theater and said this was great, then I'll be like, okay, you called you got it right, you nailed it. But what happens if you go into that theater and you're like, or come out of it and you're like, that was actually not that good. Everybody was hyping it up.
Well,
you're just you have roasted Rotten Tomatoes scores before. You've said like, since when have we ever based?
Mason. It's about the discourse. I'm plugged into the conversation. I'm in the pulse of the
One
country.
day I'll have somebody that will back me up over here.
People like Doctor Strange, and you hated it, and you declared Marvel was dead because of that Doctor Strange movie.
See, I know why, Mason. Mason, I understand why your hesitation is, because your opinions on movies are very specific.
Very,
and you're not afraid to say this movie was bad, even if everyone else was like, "This was a good movie." And I respect that about you. You're willing to step out and be like, Oppenheimer was too slow and it was boring, and then it wins the Oscar and everyone's like, wow, what a great movie. I respect that you're willing to step out and take those takes.
Mason thought Deadpool was kind of lame,
but I'm not sure you're plugged into
was the movie of the summer.
I think if you watched 10 of the top 10 best movies of all time, you probably would hate almost all of them, in fact.
We've kind of talked about this before, like some of the highly rated and whether I know the movie or not or seen it.
We've established you have
a really good series.
Particular taste. Yeah. Fast and Furious-esque at times.
Top series of all time. Well, besides Marvel.
You're not allowed to say that about Marvel. You've been saying they're dead.
Not Marvel. I'm just joking, Mason, but I am excited because I think Marvel, I've heard some positive buzz for literally the first time in a long time about a Marvel property. So
it don't take much to improve on what has been going around. That's all I'm going to say. I do like I'm excited about this cast. When we watched Black Widow, that was like some of the more exciting, like the characters are funny. So it's like, I am excited about this group. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I've just not seen it yet, so I can't give a full breakdown.
Okay, so when Mason sees it, he's going to come give his full review on the pod.
Should I watch that?
I've seen some spoilers because the internet sucks, and I now need to go see this movie now. Like I want to go watch it tonight.
I've not seen anything.
I might pirate it. Shout out, not shout out, but there's a guy I work with at UPS. He knows this website and he watches every movie.
Is it like recording on someone's phone?
No, it's like I don't know how. I've used it before, but it's not like someone's recorded on their phone. It just looks like a normal.
How many
movie.
viruses do you have on your computer now?
Well, I use my phone. You can't get a virus on your phone.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. I don't know that I'll go to the movies and watch it. I'll be honest with you. It's very expensive to go to the movies, and I'm kind of saving up some of my my goodwill to go towards Fantastic Four and Mission Impossible, the last one on IMAX, which I really want to go watch. So I'm not sure that I'm going to burn my couple of movies per year on this one, but
yeah, I probably got two.
I like to feel that the momentum is building. You know,
the thing about the whole situation is with Disney, if you just wait 3 months, it comes out on Disney Plus usually, or 5 months or 6 months. So this could just be something that you wait on.
It's true. I probably will do that with this one, honestly. Fantastic Four, I'm planning to go watch because I think it's going to be a fun one. I mean, it's a pretty serious problem that everyone knows. That's what happens with Disney Plus. So a lot of people aren't going to movies because of that. But it's one of those things where you're kind of sacrificing some things because I'm going to get spoiled. I'm sure, like at some point, I'm going to figure out. So it's not going to be a surprise like it would be going to the movie theaters and watching it, but it's kind of it is what it is for where we're at, you know. Okay, good Marvel talk.
Love some Marvel talk.
Mason, I'm excited for your take on the movie.
Fired up.
I think they do this on purpose. The audience, they just want to get me fired up. That's all it is. And I fell for the bait.
I want to see Mason happy about something. I want to see some light in your eyes, Mason. I want to hear you talk about a movie and be like, "This was a good movie."
I want to hear him talk about He's been hater Mason.
He's been down on everything. I know he's been down on Titans. He's been down on TV.
I still haven't heard him excited about Cam Ward. Honestly, there's just always this the face he's making now, like waiting for the shoe to drop. The only thing I heard him excited about was the S'mores Blizzard.
That is true.
Never
Priorities. Listen, we don't have to do Titans talk. No one wants to hear this, but once I see
majority
the
of our
players out on
listeners
the
live
field,
in Tennessee. What are you talking about?
But this is true. But once I see him on the field, that's something to get excited for. Off season's kind of hard
You gotta watch Cam Ward highlight tapes. Like, get excited.
Mini camp.
Throw on some Incarnate Ward highlight tapes from Cam Ward.
Might have to do that.
He was lighting it up.
I'll do that after I watch Thunderbolts.
Gave Miami last season that he didn't deserve. Okay. Well, do you want to do a little bit of Star Wars talk now? We're deep in the fandom.
Yeah, let's do that. I have a just a fun fact about Star Wars. A little fun fact for everybody.
I like that.
Just to kick it off. I actually saw a video about this, and so I wanted to share it with everybody, and you may have saw this as well. So everybody knows in Star Wars, The Phantom Menace, the pod racing scene with young Anakin, they used, and I love stuff like this. We've talked about this before in the past. I just love behind the scene how they create something for a movie. The crowd and like I said, the pod racing scene was created with 450,000 Q-tips. Yes, Q-tips that were painted and basically dried out as a visual effect. There was no CGI for the large crowd, so they just painted them and then came across. And you can look up the video. Cool. It's pretty cool. But they made basically what they did is they made a small little arena for the pod racing, like a small scale, and put all those Q-tips in there and painted them to look like people. So just a little fun tip. Get it? Q-tip. That was bad. Where's the booze at? Just start booing me. But anyways, that was a fun little thing that I saw about Star Wars. So
Star Wars fun facts. I don't have any Star Wars fun facts.
well, I was trying to look up some more, and it was like the original script was 250 pages, and I don't know, it was just like boring fun facts. This was one of the more exciting ones that I found. So
Love it.
that's that's it. That's all I had.
Well, we do have some exciting things coming out of Star Wars right now. We have Andor season 2. It's dropping. There are so far two of the 3 episode arcs have been released. So episodes 1 through 6 are out now. It's kind of being released in each week. They're releasing 3 episodes at a time, and each one of them kind of serves as separate storylines. They've been very good so far. Tens, have you been locked into this?
No, I've only watched the first episode. I'm behind. I need to get on it and Daredevil. Behind on both.
It's kind of a big ask to watch 3 episodes in a week. A little bit. I had to stay up a little bit late and watch one, or kind of that's the only way you really can to get it in. But it's been really good. I know Mason's not really watched a lot of it either, so we will talk more about it once it's all wrapped, because this is the last season, so by the end of it will lead directly up to Rogue One. So by the end of this season, we'll know exactly kind of how everyone's story arcs lead us to where they are in Rogue One, and then they will all.
Then what happens?
No spoilers. We might get there today in our draft, which we are going to be talking about now. Do you guys want to get into it? You got anything else?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Shadur.
Yeah, Shadur Sanders. Want to talk about him? Falling to the 5th round? That's crazy.
Mason, what are your takes? Why do you think Shadur fell?
We didn't talk about the tariffs earlier. Let's do that first, and then
you think that Shadur falling had anything to do with tariffs? Potentially.
Ooh.
What's the link?
Conspiracy theory. I don't know what happened. I just honestly, if I had to guess, I would think that some teams were afraid of like his dad, obviously Dion, saying, kind of calling the shots on what teams to go to. I honestly think there's very few teams that needed a quarterback or was interested, and it came down like 2 or 3 teams, and teams were passing left and right, and he fell. I was shocked. I believe he was the number 1 rookie jersey selling at the moment.
Wrong.
So
wrong. No, yeah,
Travis,
he was first. Travis was second.
Did he just say wrong and then he corrected?
Yeah, then you're right. Shador was first, and then
he was ready for some Cam
Travis
Ward.
Hunter was second.
He was ready to talk about Cam Ward as being not first.
Yeah, no, I was ready for that.
I was like,
pick. I don't even, was he third?
I'll have to look. All I know is I started second guessing myself. I was like, did I see a false stat?
No, yeah, Shadur was first, and then my guy, Travis Hunter.
I believe in Cam.
How do you feel about Travis Hunter having to deal with him? Are you happy about that, Mason? You didn't want him on your team or anything, did you?
I wanted him on my team. Let's see. I'm trying to see if they're ranked. No, this just says Shador Sanders number 1. I don't see the top.
I remember it was Shador was first, and then Travis, and then Cam.
Okay,
that's probably fair.
and then Genty.
Genty. Okay, well, we are drafting today, and here is what we are going to cover. We're going to draft 6 things from the Star Wars universe. We're going to draft a movie. There are, how many movies are there total? 10? 11, 10. 11 with Han Solo.
Oh, I mean,
because we have the 3 trilogies, and then you have Solo and Rogue One. Am I missing one? I don't think so.
That's a lot of movies. We have TV shows.
A lot of those.
There's a lot. There are more than you would think. There's a lot of Disney Plus, but there's some pre-Disney Plus TV shows as well. We have Clone Wars. We have Rebels. Mason. Boba Fett.
Rebels. Yep.
Mason,
Big Boba Fett guy.
big
Big
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett guy.
Okay. We have. We're gonna draft a Jedi. Anyone. It can be any from any time period. Any Jedi. We're gonna draft a Sith. Could be any of them, and there are a lot canonically. I think we're going to draft. We're going to call this another. I don't know what the category name is. It's a character who is non-Sith, non-Jedi. So they're part of neither organization. There are a lot of those out there, and it could be anybody. It could be, as far as I'm concerned, it could be droid. It could be alien. It could be character. I think that could be anyone. And then we're going to draft a wild card, which, as far as I'm concerned, can be pretty much anything else we want. It could be a video game. It could be action figure. It could be lightsaber. It could be whatever
He's
it wants.
tipping pigs.
I don't know. Okay. I can't wait to draft an action figure. All right. Are we good? We good on the rolls here?
I think so. I think we're ready to rock.
It's gonna go a lot of different ways. I don't know. People could
Yeah.
draft with their
Yeah,
hearts.
I don't have a
Probably what's
list.
gonna happen.
I'm going off the dome exclusively, which is not a good thing.
What could possibly go wrong?
That's traditionally that's our best drafts, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no more
I start
buttoned
getting
up.
prepared, and then everyone is just meh. It's just chalk, you know.
Chalk, no arguing.
You want something? You wanted to get a little crazy. All right, first overall, it's going to be spinning wheel going. Mason.
Oh, we're
You
back.
love to see it. I can't wait for this. Second. Oh, tens. Okay. Coming in third. Oh boy, on the turn. All right, Mason, number one overall. I'm psyched for
There's
this.
pressure.
I can't believe. I'm excited. Let's go, Mason. What do you got?
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out the categories and what is top heavy, what has more options. Obviously, we talked about how many movies there were, and there was 11. But unfortunately, I feel like there's a top movie, and it's personally my favorite that I have to go with, and that will be Revenge of the Sith Star Wars movie 101. Right? I can't mess that
Good
up.
one.
That's good. Yeah,
That's
that's
a good
good.
movie.
That's the one I would have picked for movie.
Okay. I wanted to go ahead and get that one out. There's obviously more options, but I wanted to lock up that one. So there we go.
Okay. I will. I'm glad you picked that, but we'll talk about it.
What's that mean? What did I do wrong?
It's fine.
Okay. Tens, do you know what he's talking about?
Maybe.
Okay.
Tens.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Sith because I don't know how this one just fell to me. I'm gonna go Darth Vader,
Good one.
the most iconic Star Wars character that there ever was.
That's a good one. Yeah, he's kind of the guy.
The ultimate bad guy.
Luke obviously is like the main hero of the original trilogy, but you feel like the aura around Darth Vader. Does he have the most aura of any character? Like,
Yeah,
maybe ever. Like, that guy is a menace. He's
remember
got that thing going on, you know.
I remember seeing like the poster for Episode 1, and it's like the Anakin, and then it's the shadow of Darth Vader, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just the storyline is so cool because you know what's going to end up happening is he becomes Darth Vader, and seeing it unfold is crazy.
I feel like that is, you don't necessarily want, or I guess villains get a bad rap. Like, kids don't dress up as villains for Halloween until
until Darth Vader.
Vader. Yeah, I feel like that was the turn where it's like,
Yeah, he kills a lot of people.
thank you, Zach. Yep.
Yep. He also made the Death Star. designed to destroy planets. Do you
Bad
think we're
guy.
gonna have like people dressed up as Galactus for Halloween? Could be.
Dr. Doom might have a comeback.
Yeah, for
with,
sure.
with
Thanos
Robert
had
Downey
him on,
Jr.
I feel like the like Infinity Gauntlet and stuff.
The Gauntlet, yeah, the
Mhm.
Gauntlet was pretty big. People like that. Well, I mean, there's also the argument: is Thanos a bad guy? Is he really a villain? Is he just trying to
It's a good point,
Help the
actually.
world.
trying to prevent starvation and stuff? I mean, he was trying to prevent Galactus from waking up.
Thanos was right.
You learn because that's what causes
Thanos was right.
Galactus to wake up.
Really?
Global warming.
Mm.
It's one thing in theory I read.
It's
I
getting a little
believed I
hot over
liked.
there on Earth. Better go eat them. Okay. Well, this was where I was kind of talking about. I think of all the categories, I do think Darth Vader is a great pick, and I think Revenge of the Sith is a good movie. I think the TV show is by far the slimmest of the categories.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, of the ones I've probably watched all of, there's maybe only two that I actually like very much. And so that's maybe a concern for whoever doesn't get one of those two, unless you're going to go Clone Wars. So I'm going to go TV show. I think I'm gonna go with my heart. This is not the crowd favorite one probably, but I think I'm gonna go Andor. I really do like this show. It's a good one. I know it's not as popular as another show that's probably going to go at some point, but it is some of the best content out there. I think it's some of the most put together stuff. It feels
best storytelling in my
it's a
opinion.
very interesting world. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's not contrived, and it doesn't feel cheesy, and it doesn't feel like it's just someone threw something together and was like, yeah, they'll like this. It was like it's like a real story and real people, and so I think it's a great show. I like it. If you haven't watched it, I would recommend it to anyone because I think it's really good storytelling. So I am going there with.
I think that's the best show, in my opinion.
Agree. Yeah, I agree. Okay, with that, I'm gonna go a little bit out there. I'm gonna go Jedi. I'm gonna go Yoda.
All right.
Tends to get sigh of relief there. He's the dopest Jedi, I think. He's chill, but he's super powerful. He has a long history. He's fought in for a long time. He trains Luke. He's kind of got the wisdom. He's where Luke is like a precocious young person. Yoda's kind of got that chill vibe. Lives in a swamp to begin with. He's seen some things though. You know, he's been around the block. Very cool character. So I'm going Yoda as Jedi. Obviously, yeah, I like him. He's cool.
I'm gonna go Jedi here and counterpoint Zach. I think I'm picking when you think of the best saber fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in both of them? It's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think Obi-Wan Kenobi
Mm-hmm.
is he's like the co-star of the episodes 1, 2, and 3. Like he is. I feel like he's just as important as Anakin's character.
Yeah, for sure.
He his spin-off TV show, not the tip picks, but was very good.
Really?
He said, "Really?"
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was fine.
It was fine. It was fine. Yeah, it was fine.
It has one of the best saber fight scenes ever
At the end, right?
at the end with
Yeah.
Vader. Yeah. So Obi-Wan's always my favorite. Jedi. This isn't going to get picked. He also has his own video game. It's just Obi-Wan. It was on Xbox. It was awesome. So yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I will take him as my Jedi any day of the week.
It's a good pick.
Okay, so those are good picks. Let's see. You both went Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
We have Darth Vader off the board, so I feel like I should just leave Jedi alone since you already got one, and maybe go a Sith here.
Nah.
Nah. I'm gonna go Sith. I don't know why. This was my favorite character to play in the video games. This was my favorite villain. Darth Vader is probably obviously 101, but I'm gonna go Sith. I'm gonna go Darth Maul.
Yeah. He's like the
one.
cool
He's the
bad guy.
coolest one. Am I crazy? Were they gonna do a series or do some type of? Was that something that was talked about?
He was a pretty big part in Clone Wars, I think.
Yeah. Very big part.
Yeah,
He kind of comes back from the
because
life.
he lives.
Or he was cut in half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert for everyone out there. He did not die. He actually has many more run-ins. He has many more run-ins with Anakin and Ahsoka in the show and Obi-Wan. So yeah.
Was that your pick? Tens?
I was gonna pick Darth Maul if you.
Oh, you went Vader.
Yeah.
And then I don't
he's
know.
the first time you see the first unique saber.
Yeah, because did they do double? Was he the one that kind of had the? Because I know. Am I gonna say his butcher's name wrong? Grievous was like the one with multiple.
General Grievous.
General Grievous. Yes, thank you.
He's in the third movie.
Where he has the multiple arms with the multiple sabers, but I don't think there's any that have a double-sided saber.
No, Darth Maul is the first one that you see that has anything other than just like your traditional one.
Yeah,
it was very cool though, because when he's fighting Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, the first one, and he's like has the one out, and then he turns it and it goes two, and it's just like, what the heck? What has this guy got?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lock up show since we've gotten one off the board. So Zach was talking about there being two good ones. I thought there was three good ones left, in my opinion.
Wow.
So I'm going to go with Mandalorian. We got Pedro Pascal. No?
That's the one I was
thinking. You got Grogu.
People like Mandalorian. It's very popular.
I'm pretty burnt out on Mandalorian.
Well, yeah, the first 2 seasons were electric.
Yeah.
The first season.
We got
at some point.
It was good.
It's just like
it ran its course without a doubt, but it was that first season was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was for sure. It's a good show. It's the same thing every episode. Baby Yoda is in danger. We have to save him. We also save a planet at the same time.
We thought we weren't going to have Baby Yoda anymore because obviously he links up with Luke Skywalker, and then obviously he just comes back just like that in the next season. So anyways.
Yeah, he's not cut out to be a Jedi. Grogu.
No, he could be he's not technically a Jedi. He could be your non-character.
Be a Sith.
Sure. He could be a Sith. We don't know. His story's not done being told. We know that he has Jedi training. He turns his back on the Jedi.
What if he was the Sith? That would be so funny. Cute little Baby Yoda. Force choking people.
He does force choke somebody.
It's true. But for real.
He did. He choked people.
So was that your one out? You said there was two good ones. That was your third one.
Andor and Mandalorian were the two that I feel like pretty positive public opinion.
Yeah, I thought Obi-Wan was
Obi-Wan. Okay. I thought was fine. I don't know.
Mason, maybe you did not think Obi-Wan was fine.
I didn't remember people thinking Obi-Wan's good.
No,
that was very bad.
We don't have to get into
Obi-Wan was kind of like, man.
People, it was fine. The saber scene with Vader saved it, I think. In people's opinion.
When Hayden Christensen came in, that was pretty big. I do remember that.
Yeah,
people like it. Okay.
All right.
Yep. To you.
All right. I'm gonna go extra character here. And I'm gonna go R2D2. Everyone's favorite droid. He's in all the movies.
Yeah. Fact.
Everyone's
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
robot sidekick.
That's true. I think that is an awesome character for having no lines and having no
Yeah.
dialogue. He's certainly his own character, and he has his own personality, which is pretty cool. Yeah, R2D is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he zapped some guys in the second movie, saves Obi-Wan.
Get zapped.
So R2D2. So I was surprised he lasted this long. I feel like he's like,
Yeah, I
I
thought
don't know.
about it. My hard one with
He's
R2D2, to be honest, is he kind
no
of feels
lines.
like not that. It's that he feels like a pair
Yeah, I see what you're
with
saying.
C3PO, and so it's like
What's
I'm
one
trying to think
without
of
the
another
other?
example. Yeah, it's hard to pick one and then not pick the other. That's my only thing.
I can definitely not pick C3PO. I think he's lame.
Okay, it's to me. I'm going to go movie here. I'm going to go with probably what most people would say is like it's probably the best. When it first came out, it was highly regarded. I think it really made this franchise into what it is. I'm going to go The Empire Strikes Back. This one is where Luke realizes who his father is and his relationship to Darth Vader. This kind of launches that storyline ahead. It's high action, there's some very good fight scenes in there. Where A New Hope was a lot of, training with Yoda and a lot of kind of setting up the story. Empire Strikes Back is really where it kind of kicks into high gear, and it's a great movie. It's awesome. So that is my movie. There are some other good options out there for sure.
I'm a famous hater of the original trilogy. Yeah.
Just like it is crazy how far some people don't realize, like the younger generation doesn't realize how far ahead of its time the technology was. And for some of the, like, anybody that you talk about that's like saw it live or was around, like, it was like, no, this was like futuristic, like no one ever seen anything like this before. So
yeah, his first like big sci-fi movie. I don't like Luke Skywalker. I think he's annoying, so that's why I don't like those movies.
there you go.
Yeah,
I
he's
say?
kind of that character who you almost like. It is what it is. Like it's kind of like you don't. Some people are not going to agree with this, but you don't necessarily watch Lord of the Rings for Frodo. You know,
Right.
you don't. And Harry Potter is probably not the most interesting part of the Harry Potter either. Like the main character has to hold a lot on their back, but at the end of the day, like the most entertaining parts are elsewhere. And for that reason, under my character, I am going to draft Han Solo. Under additional character, Tins is a hater of Han Solo.
Another reason I don't like the trilogies.
But this guy,
biggest useless character in all of Star Wars.
Oh, whatever.
Useless.
What a take that is.
Wow.
So
CP3O is
oh boy.
I didn't
more
take
important.
CP3O, and C3PO is pretty important.
Han Solo is not a useless character.
I like this take
along
actually.
with Chewbacca and their team, that they make up the part of this love triangle with Leia and Luke and Han Solo. That was an intriguing part until they found out they were brother sister. And Han Solo is like the coolest. He's one of the just. This is in that same conversation of the Luke Darth Vader storyline is very important. But Han Solo's like comic relief, and what he brings is what really makes the original trilogy work as well as it does. Without him and without kind of him and Chewie's Millennium Falcon, the whole cool thing they've got going on, he was his on-screen presence was really made the movie pop. And Truly, I don't think that the series does what it does if without Han Solo there. So that's my take.
Is that because Harrison Ford was such a big star?
Yes.
And that
He was very
okay.
cool. He was
Well, that's what
hot.
I'm saying. Put someone else. Put someone else in, like a different
He
actor as
was.
that
Go
character.
watch
Does
the
it
movie.
matter?
Put
Have them
someone else in it.
switch. Have them switch. Have Harrison Ford
Oh,
and what's his face switch roles. Luke Skywalker's then the coolest character in Star Wars because Harrison Ford. I agree. Harrison Ford's a very cool guy. I just think Han Solo,
you're
like
saying the character itself. That the whole
yeah,
the whole thing is that he's like a he's like a drifter. He just rolls around and steals stuff, and
right.
I don't understand what your point is. He's like his whole character is cool. It's like his thing. He wears leather jackets and he like
Yeah, he
hangs out
wears
at
his
bars
leather
and
vest and he
people and
shoots a guy first, and then
because
Leia
he's
says, "I
awesome.
love you." Right before he dies, he says, "I know." Like, oh, we get it. You're Mr. Cool. You're too cool. We get it. We
God.
got it.
Frozen in carbonite. He is a cool guy. Tins.
Debatable.
Yeah, if he was so cool, why did his own son kill him? Spoiler alert.
Oh.
Sorry.
That movie came out it's been a while.
Listen,
no,
if we're doing spoiler alerts
I like
for
saying
some
spoiler
in
alert.
2017.
Your son killing you makes you less cool.
Yeah,
Your son's a
means
Sith Lord, kind of thick.
he was such a bad dad. He turned his son into a Sith Lord.
What are
It's
you gonna
tough.
do? The darkness was calling him. No one ever said he was a good dad. Okay, that's not what we were saying. He's probably a bad dad, in fact. Good friend though, sometimes. To Chewie.
Yeah.
Shout out Chewbacca.
I don't have anything
Okay.
bad to say about Chewbacca.
Me neither. You'd probably rip your head off.
I'm not. Yeah, that, and it's just like his character was so useless in the video game too. Of all the Battlefronts, like, oh, I got Han Solo with his pistol.
He's not powered up. That's not
He's
his
not
thing.
very powerful.
He uses his charisma.
That's not getting you very far against a lightsaber, my guy.
It is.
It didn't.
One time he was old. Sue him. Okay. Tens, back to you.
Is it back to me? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. I don't have to go here. You guys already both did your movies. I don't have to pick a movie. I'm gonna go wild card. Just talked about it actually. So I'm gonna go Star Wars Battlefront 2. The second one.
Yep.
The Galactic Conquest mode where you
So
can
good.
battle and capture planets, and then that was the one where you could get the Jedis or the Sith or whatever, and just go around murking people. Like you could run around as Darth Vader, just absolutely just kill like 50 clones all at once because you're unstoppable. It was fun. It was good times.
Me and my brother played endless amount of hours. It's kind of user friendly. Like I feel like it's not that hard to play. They have all the different worlds. Like you could set it up to where you're whoever character you want to play. Like that was probably the peak of like PlayStation 2 video game for me. That was the game.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
We wore that
the
out.
newer one that came out. Like I hate that they named them the same thing too. That's so
Yeah,
annoying.
I was thinking you were thinking PlayStation 2 Battlefront 2, right?
Well, Xbox 360, but
but the older one, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the easiest sell. It was like we already have a lot of games where people just like shoot each other in war. What if we just put them on other planets and gave them lightsabers, or gave like some of the people lightsabers and just let everyone kill each other?
We didn't. Yeah,
it seemed
we
like
didn't
the easiest
play.
sell ever. It's like it's like wow.
Well, then you could have the game mode where it was like good versus evil. So it was like you could pick any of the Jedi or good characters, and you'd be battling. It's like you have General Grievous running around and Darth Maul, and you could fight him as Anakin. It was fun. It was a good game.
They had a storyline to it too. It wasn't just like play head to head and stuff. They had like a story.
You got to be a clone troop through the whole thing of like the the Clone Wars, and then the battle of them turning
Mhm.
into bad guys. Like you got through the whole Order 66 thing. It was good. It was a really good game.
Top notch. Makes me want to get a PlayStation 2 and
Oh, you can fire it up. It's on Game Pass on Xbox.
even better.
I play it every now and then, just randomly, for
There you go.
nostalgic reasons.
Yeah. That was a good pick. That
Your
was my
turn.
number one. I don't know why I waited this long
Wait around,
to
got
try to pull the
sniped.
trigger.
Just
Got
like
sniped.
almost like the Browns. They almost got sniped from Shador.
Who's the Shadur of this draft?
that
You
right
like
there.
it or not?
Star Wars
That fell.
Battlefront 2.
Could be.
Okay, so let's see. How many we got left?
You have 2 picks here.
Your last.
We have 3 left, right?
3 picks left still.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go non-Sith, non-Jedi character here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go Boba Fett.
Mm.
He's non-Jedi, right? Non-Sith. Yeah, he's just a. We
Bounty
hate that pick, huh?
I have such a hard time because I feel like the show just completely jacked up like his entire.
Well, I was not thinking of the show. I was thinking of the movies. I think his character's way cooler movie-wise. Jetpack. He has a flamethrower. Yeah.
But he's not even in the
mysterious
movies
character.
that much.
He's not. That's what made him cool, though. That's what made his character like.
Kind of just popped in.
He was.
See, I see what Tens did. He picked a character that was in every movie, and that was like a good. And I was having trouble trying to find like non-Sith, non-Jedi. That, I mean, I guess I could have gone Chewbacca. That's in quite a bit of the movies. So nobody likes that pick. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna go.
I think it's not a bad pick. I think his reputation.
There's so many options.
Became much
I think
worse
if I would
after the TV show, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because he was such like a elusive because he disappeared and he went to the Starlight Pit and it was like what happened to him, and then it was like this whole thing around him, and he was. When they brought him back, it kind of peeled back all of the like questions and was like, oh, he's kind of just this old guy who has to get healed up or whatever to go fight in the wild, wild west of Star Wars.
With the Power Rangers of Star Wars.
That was dumb.
And his dad, I mean, like, see, I feel like you could have picked his dad. His dad was a way cooler character. He's the creator. Like all the clones are him. They're made from him. And then his story arc in episode 2 is pretty cool.
Could have
Could
picked
also
Andor.
win General
Cassian
Grievous.
Andor.
We brought them up. No, he's a Jedi or he's a Sith. What'd you say? I was talking about General Grievous. I was talking to myself.
He's not
Andor.
a Sith. He's not a Sith anyway.
Okay,
Grievous?
I should have went that.
He's just a general in their army.
I like him as a character. Okay, for some reason I thought he was technically.
He has no force abilities at all.
He does not. You're correct.
Got a lot of arms though.
It's true.
You couldn't have been a
Plenty of
Sith at the same time because
Vader.
Count Dooku and
Vader.
and Palpatine are there at the same time. You can only have 2. The rule of 2.
Ah.
Palpy.
See, this is where I get roasted by the diehard.
Yeah, you're good.
fans.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look for that clip. I
Get
gotta make
get
sure
that
it's
out of
made.
here.
Tins is already Tins' hatred of the original trilogies is gonna get roasted, I think.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Han Solo
I
hate
get
kinda
that a
wild.
lot. Robert comes for me every time we talk Star Wars because I don't like the originals. He says it's just because I don't like the graphics. I'm like, that's not what it is. I don't like Luke, and I think Han Solo's like character's too cool for school, so I don't like it.
Too cool for school. You know what's not too cool for school? I'm gonna go with my wild card here. I'm gonna go with probably, in my opinion, the most popular. I could be wrong, but when you think Legos, I feel like you think Star Wars. We have like tons of Legos still. Like I'm in my 30s and I have Legos Star Wars that was when we always bought Legos, went to like the Star Wars section. There's obviously so many different, and it's gotten out of control. Like they have the full ships that's just like you could do Death Star, and like it's just crazy what they can like build now. It's so cool. So I'm gonna go with Legos Star Wars.
I wish I liked Legos.
Yeah.
I don't like putting things together.
Yeah.
I get really aggravated at instructions. I had a Lego the Millennium Falcon. I had one of those as a kid. My grandma got for me, and
Sick.
I remember it took me forever to build it, and then my little brother smashed it. And so I think part of me is like I find this pointless and time consuming now, and I won't ever
It
do
is
them.
one. Yeah, it is one of those things where it's like, okay, it's built. Now what? I guess you could kind of like if you're a kid, you like play with it once it's
Yeah.
built. But like it's like as an adult, you just build it and then it just sits and collects dust. But
That's
still
I
cool.
mean that's collecting anything. What do we
Yeah,
do with a
it's true.
Pokemon card after you buy it?
You look at it.
Just look at it.
Look at
I
it.
mean, it's just cool to have stuff.
That's a good point. All right, Star Wars Legos. I feel better about that pick.
That's good.
Do you have? I think someone's got one wild card left.
I do.
See, when you started that sentence, I thought you were going to do the Lego video games.
Me too.
Because those are fun.
Oh my
They were
gosh!
very
Yes,
popular.
I should have.
Yeah.
Me and
I
Mason
should've
play
picked that.
those.
Yeah, those are fun to play, and those are definitely that's a good one. I should have went that. Dang it. Oh well.
That's okay.
Snooze.
We played that a ton too. That was probably number 2 on me and Matthias's like video game list was Battlefront, and then that one.
Hmm.
So okay,
Tough.
all right, back to you.
Tens.
Back to me. All right. I'm gonna go show, and I'm gonna go Clone Wars, the TV show, animated series. Lots of fun. Like it bridges the gap between episodes 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. You get to see a lot of you get to see the whole story arc of Anakin and Ahsoka, and then just a lot of cool battle scenes of the Clone War era. So
I like that.
I tried watching it. It's a lot.
I've
How
not
many
watched
episodes?
all of
I
it,
think
but I've
there's
watched
like a
some.
ton of seasons, right?
yeah, there's
Yeah.
Episodes.
It just finished just like recently.
Yeah. They brought it back.
They brought it back to finish it.
Bad Batch is good. That's
Well, that's a
Bad Batch-
completely
one
different
of the
TV show.
It is different. It's like similar like animation, but it is different.
Oh, it's cartoon. I was just bringing that up as like a cartoon series that's good that I've actually watched.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's actually not
I was
similar
not.
animation, is
It was
it?
not. Yeah,
I'm gonna get
I'm
roasted
not a big
for all of it.
animated guy,
I need to,
but
I need to stop talking. Clone Wars is not bad. I've watched some of it. I've not took the time to sit and watch all of it and catch up. Cool. Okay, I got 2 picks left. I'm going Sith. I think I'm going to go. There's a lot of options. I'm going to stay true to myself and talk about things I actually know about. So I'm going to go Kylo Ren. Super strong. Son of Han Solo and Leia, famously.
he gets the powerfulness from Leia, just so we know, just so we're clear.
But he's dope. He doesn't have a lot of swag. He didn't get a lot from Han Solo there. But he has a very cool lightsaber.
Very cool lightsaber.
With the hilt. No,
The hilt.
What's the word I'm
Yeah,
looking for? Like
I think
the guard.
Might have been the guard.
So,
and his
Very
blade's like it's like broken. Like it's not like a solid like it. You know what I mean? It's like jagged.
Yep.
It's kind of the first time you see that.
It's very cool. He has some very cool fight scenes throughout the newest trilogy. The one in the palace, the guard room where he's fighting all of the. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. In the red room, and he's. See, this is where I sound like an idiot again, but it's very cool with Rey, right? He's I think he's a cool Sith because he's kind of the first time. A lot of people didn't really like it as much, but I did appreciate how he's kind of a conflicted Sith. We see the Sith be very staunch, and Darth Vader is a very, very cool character, but he doesn't have any of the. It doesn't show him like struggling with what he's doing. He's just like, what if I just killed everyone? You're my
Yeah.
son, but I'm gonna murder you. And like he doesn't care. Like it's
Right.
um, and neither does Palpatine. Like he has no redeeming qualities. He has nothing about him that makes you like maybe he's got some good in him. But the Kylo Ren is different, right? He's kind of towing that line, and he's trying to figure his way out, which I think makes him a more interesting character. He's also very strong. He's a very strong Sith,
Yeah.
which makes him a very also played by Adam Driver, who's a very good actor, and so uh, it made for he was definitely one of the high points of the newer trilogy, the sequel trilogy. Um, there were some problems with it, without a doubt, but I think he was a high point. So.
Agreed. I think he is the best part of the newer trilogy,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah,
I like his character. I never thought like I I thought I was going to end up with him. I thought you guys would have swapped. Someone else would have got Darth Vader, and someone else would have got Maul. I would have been completely fine taking Kylo Ren. Like they're all
Mm,
like Vader is obviously ahead, but Maul and Kylo Ren are like really cool bad guys.
they are.
And I'm glad none of us picked Palpatine because he's lame.
He's very lame. Yeah, he's strong, and he's just like, yeah, whatever.
He's whatever.
Um,
Bag of
he's kind of
wrinkles.
a cheat code in the video games because you can just like hold RT and like do the
Unlimited
The
power.
electric, like,
lightning. Yeah. And as
yeah,
long as you kill someone, it replenishes it and you just run
exactly.
around and just
Yeah, cheat code.
yeah, that was
But
lame.
he's very slow. He just kind of creeps around.
He doesn't even have a cool saber scene at all.
That's a good
That's
point.
true. Okay, wild card. I'm going with. This is kind of an interesting one, but I'm going to go with Duel of the Fates from Episode 1. Just the whole soundtrack and the song going that's become kind of famous after the fact with the fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul that we've talked about earlier. That is one of the most epic lightsaber battles. Episode 1 had a lot of issues and had some. It was definitely not the greatest movie in the world, but that was a very, very cool fight scene. And one of the coolest, like the soundtrack behind it and the fact that it's kept its legs where if you hear it now, you immediately think of it. And it's kind of unique in that way. So that's my wild card.
Dang, I was really hoping you were going to go with the Star Wars Christmas special, have the singing Ewoks,
Love an Ewok.
and all those guys. Well, it kind of sucks Zach just trashed on episode 1 because that's going to be my last pick is movie. I'm going to go with episode 1.
I didn't trash on it. I said it had problems.
Yeah, it did. It had problems. Jar Jar is interesting character. Amongst kid Anakin, people don't really like him. I don't know why he blew up a whole space station by himself. But you guys didn't know how to fly like that. And then it has the famous Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan fighting Darth Maul scene. I think that's just really cool.
Yeah.
It kind of just
Yes.
it was an awesome way to set up this franchise like this or this trilogy, like it being the first of the 3. I don't know. I thought it was really good, especially when it came out. I was a little kid and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, I was too. What year did episode 1 come out? Because
I think 2000.
yeah, I don't think I got locked in until episode 3. When it came out, I remember going to the theaters and watching it, and it was like, oh, this is awesome. But episode 1 and 2, I was a little bit young for, I think.
1999.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 4. I do not remember that one.
Yeah. I know I was little. My grandma was a huge Star Wars fan. She collected the action figures and stuff. I have like a chest full of old unopened action figures. But so I was always watching Star Wars stuff.
Episode 3 came out in 2005.
Yeah.
So
that's when you're like
I
in
would
your
think for him.
prime.
Yeah, that's when you're kind of getting into it. Could you imagine the discourse if episode 1 came out now? Like, if everyone was waiting on it? I don't even know what would happen. Because I don't know what the equivalent of, like, a franchise like Star Wars coming back and doing
Thunderbolts.
something like that. Thunderbolts. It was. I don't know. I truly don't think we have something like that because
Yeah, that has such a
maybe it
huge
was
fan
like,
base with that big of a gap.
yeah, I don't know what it would be because it was so beloved that everyone was so excited for it, and then it came out and everybody was like, "Oh, it looks
This
very
is
good, but it's just the story is not great, and there's some problems."
the story was fine.
I think it
People
was
just-
hated. A lot of people really didn't like it when it came out.
People just like to hate stuff because it's not their.
It's because young Anakin was super cheesy, and
He was like 8 years old, and I hope all those
he was
old
trying to
Star
flirt
Wars
with
fans.
Padme, and
Kid had Riz. What do you expect him to do? He saw an angel. And guess what? It worked because she sat around and waited for him until he come of age.
By episode 3, they figured it out for sure.
That
There's a
pod
lot of
scene
politics
is
in the first episode, first two episodes. A lot of like Senate talk and like
that was. I could not care less about any of that.
especially when you're a kid watching all that. You're like, what? I'm not paying attention to that.
Something about tariffs.
Some serious tariff talk in episode 1. I really get excited. At some point, we're going to get a really good like Jedi Knights show, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
I feel it.
Apparently,
I don't know. Like I want
it's
it
in the works.
I want like a. It's kind of like a workplace drama, but it's like Jedi. You know, it's like. I'm trying to think. Not a comedy, but I don't know. Like they're cops and they're going out and they're like.
Oh, okay.
Like a NCIS or something, you know, but it's
the NCIS of Star Wars. But they're Jedi's like going and doing their missions and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I see what you're saying. That's kind of like what Clone Wars was, because it's just like all the missions Anakin and Obi-Wan went on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Something to think about, Disney. Hope you're listening.
We feel good.
Zach might have just cooked you up a good idea.
They need some brainstorming still. It's a high level idea. It needs a little bit of nuance added. There's something there, though.
There's something. I agree.
What if Boba Fett comes back to life?
No one wants or needs that anymore. We're done with that.
I have heard the crime underworld show of with what's his face, the big fat dude.
Jabba the Hutt.
That'd be sick. I would love a Jabba the Hutt spinoff where he's like running. He's running things.
It's gonna have a lot of Boba Fett in it. That was his guy.
Yeah, you're right. It could be good though.
Careful what you wish for.
I don't know. Jabba the Hutt maybe not a fun character to watch a whole show about.
Or he's speaking. You'd have to read the subtitles, right? Because he's like talking and
what if we get Han Solo movie? Han Solo movie?
We didn't even bring up Han Solo movie at all.
Yeah, that's because it sucked.
I am excited for the next episode, the next 6 episodes of Andor. I think I'm going to start a full rewatch of finishing Andor, going into Rogue One, and then watching A New Hope, and just kind of watching it all.
I think I want to just watch Star Wars in chronological order. Morgan's never seen any of it. Maybe I should start that. It's probably not going to happen though.
Why not?
That's a like me and Tatum thing one day. I can make him do that.
Definitely.
See, that's perks of having a boy is I can now make him like Macy. I can't make her do anything. She'll punch me and say she's bored, but like she doesn't. She'll be like, I don't like the Jaguars. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I can't make you. Tatum has to like all the things I like. Like that's just part of having a son.
Yeah. The problem is like you want them to, if you really want them to like something, it sometimes can be even if it's hard because they're like, I'm good.
I know it absolutely.
You can watch something that you really like, and they're like Mason sits down one day and watches Infinity War, and
little Mason,
this is the greatest movie ever made. Sit down.
Little
The kid's
Mason's
like
like,
3
I just want to
hours.
get on TikTok. I'm done with this.
This is too long.
I want to watch videos of
Imagine
the
what
Rizzler.
Mason's kid, what his attention span is going to be. Mason
it's
kid
gonna
would
be
last
bad.
30 minutes watching a movie.
An episode of Bluey will be too long for Mason's kid. Shout out
We'll
Bluey,
have to take
7-minute
intermission.
episodes.
We'll do intermission.
Watch 5 minutes a night until you're done with a 3-hour long end game.
Gosh.
And what's my last pick?
Oh,
I still have a pick.
picking. Oh, sorry, I was finished. I forgot.
Zach is just going on. I even said I still have a pick left, and he's like, "Yeah,
I was
that's something to think
cooking.
about." He's just talking to himself about some theory. Jedi. I'm picking this character because it was, fun to play on the video games. Purple lightsaber, Samuel L. Jackson, Mace Windu.
It's a good one.
Well, I got
Wow.
mixed. Zach said it's a good one. Tens gave me 2
Hater.
thumbs down. I think for me it was the top 2 that I had. I waited too long, which was Yoda and Obi-Wan, and those were my top 2. So I had to go to my third one. Yeah,
I don't know. You watch all
I was back in.
the 3
go
movies.
ahead.
You wait for Mace Windu to like do something cool because he's Mr. like, we are
He's
not
kind of all
letting you on
talk.
the council. You are not known as a Jedi Master. Like, he's just kind of like rude about everything and acts like he's the most powerful Jedi in the council. And then the one time you get to see him fight against Palpatine, he gets murked
He dies
instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just the whole like you have some of the same like does anybody else have a purple lightsaber like that?
No.
When you're a kid, you find like the unique like I don't know. It was just like and
That part's
it was
cool.
a fun character. Yeah, fun character
I
to
saw
play on the video games.
I did see a funny video where it was George Lucas and Samuel L. Jackson talking. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Because
About the purple
Samuel L.
lightsaber.
Jackson was like, "Does anyone have any colors other than green?" He's like, "No." And Samuel Jackson's like, "What about purple?" And George Lucas is like, "Maybe we can work with that." I don't know. And then he shows up with purple lightsaber. Like,
Yeah.
Fine. Give him the purple lightsaber.
I know, but see,
Kind of sick though.
that's one of those things. It's like no one else has it. And there's no reasoning behind it, and all the other reasoning with the lightsabers is blue is for Padawans, and then you get the green when you get promoted to knight. So what
And
are we
then Ray
doing?
gets a yellow one at the end.
I didn't like that either.
Well, there's a lot of lore behind what the color of your lightsaber is.
Yes,
Like Ahsoka has a white one, I think, right?
that's because she's a gray Jedi.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
there's more to that, but it's kind of
But
sick.
yeah, but there's no purple. That's just Samuel
there
L.
is.
Jackson wanted to be
Windu.
cool,
And it was
That's all.
cool.
and it worked.
And it was
There
cool.
a lot of purple lightsaber merch, I'm sure.
All right, that was a draft.
Cool.
I can't wait to get roasted about it.
Great work, everybody. All right. Well, we will be back. It's kind of a quiet time right now in sports, but just around the corner, there is looming football. It's coming.
Yeah, training camp or OTAs are about to start up.
MLB, NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs have actually been fun. That's why I'm behind on TV shows because I'm like, I'm gonna put on this game, and if it turns out to be a bad game, I'll turn on Andor or Daredevil, and it's like, oh, these games are actually really good. So NBA playoffs have been good. NHL playoffs are always good. 2 Game 7s over this weekend.
One right now.
Yeah, against the Blues. But yeah, no. So it's been a fun time for if you're like those sports, you're not gonna get any bets out of us because we're not good at betting those at all. And the Avalanche broke my heart again 2 years in a row. I don't know why I keep doing this. I'm burning the hat.
Okay. Well, I think that's the show, everybody. We hope you have a great week, and we will see you next time.